my name is Declan MCKENNA, and I created Saltwater, which is showing at Annecy 2023 in the graduation film selection. I created Saltwater while at the Maryland Institute College of Art as my graduation project. I was really inspired by growing up in California, where my family would walk along this boat harbor every day with our dogs, and the boat harbor was made up of recycled concrete, so there were bits and pieces of ships and buildings and furniture just like strewn along this beach. And I would look at these objects and wonder where they came from and the people that were involved with them and the histories that lived inside of them. So I often wondered how we could make histories physical and permanent, and whether or not that was even what was happening in these pieces. As a queer person, it can sometimes feel like I don't have a history to connect with, and that there's not anyone like me that has ever lived before, which is obviously not true and not the case. But the idea of permanent histories has always been in my mind as a way of understanding myself and the world that I operate in. The question of whether or not any permanent forms of self can exist, and kind of the foolishness that comes with asking a question, really drives the story in Saltwater. I used artificial intelligence to create many of the scenes in Saltwater. I thought the idea of having a computer interpret archived photos and drawings that I created and try to reflect those back to me was very interesting, mainly because my history and my stories are interpreted by other people, just like the histories I'm interpreting of the world around me. I was also really inspired by the materials on this beach that I grew up seeing, mainly concrete, and so every single frame in Saltwater was printed out on paper and scanned back in. The dots on the printer paper really remind me of the feel of concrete and all the little rocks stuck in it. It was really hard, but I am so honored that I am showing my work here and that you all get to experience this. And I truly thank you all for taking the time to listen to me talk about Saltwater. Bye.